Friends, once again you are welcome to another new wonderful story. At the beginning of the story, we see that a very big divine tree is seen, and a boy stops near it after seeing that strange tree. As soon as this boy reaches close to that tree, he is surprised to see that tree, because this tree is really very different from other trees. A door was visible on the trunk part of that tree, and in the middle it looked like a cave. Seeing this, the boy is surprised that what is this? He expresses his desire to know it and then goes closer to it. He slowly moves his steps and thinks in his mind, why is this door here? As soon as he goes close to that tree, although he was feeling a little scared and he touched the trunk of that tree, suddenly that door opens, inside which a divine light was shining. All around, it was a very scary scene. It seemed as if this was a secret area. Then suddenly, the small trunks of that tree turned into demonic hands, and they started moving towards this boy to attack him. Seeing this, the boy gets very scared, and he immediately takes his steps back, and trying to run away from there while shouting for help. And then as soon as he reaches some distance from that tree trunk, he starts running fast. Actually, he was dreaming. As soon as his eyes open, he finds himself on the bed, but he had still not come out of this shock. He is still shouting, "Run away from here quickly." The same fear was still hidden in his mind, which had not come out completely. He was not able to accept that he is safe and is in his room. He was still scared. And he keeps on shouting that I have been attacked by demons. Save me, save me. He repeats the same words again and again. Run away, save me, save me. Then suddenly a woman who is sitting there, she is his mother. She immediately runs to him and hugs him and says, finally you woke up. The boy was surprised. How am I sleeping on this bed? What kind of a place is this? And why is my mother so worried about me? His mother cries and says, you are here in coma for 3 months. I thought you would not open your eyes. Even we all thought we have lost you, but finally you opened your eyes. The boy asks in surprise, the most important thing is, mother, what is that thing above your face? His mother was also surprised, and she says, what is that thing above my face? I don't know. The boy points with his hand and tells, what is this thing? His mother was still surprised as she didn't know anything about this thing. The boy tries to touch it with his fingers where mother was written, and death was also written along with it. He gets irritated seeing this. His mother asks, we should contact your father. He and Hana are in the hospital room. The boy asks in panic, has something happened to Hana too? His mother replies, for 3 months, suddenly demons have appeared and many people have died and got injured. And you and Hana are one of them. The boy is absolutely stunned to hear this, and he remembers those 3 months, when he had a dream, and he had touched that tree. Then demons came out of it. They appeared. The boy gets scared thinking this and says, it is my fault, because I freed the demons. Hearing this, his father sitting next to him gets shocked, and asks, what are you saying? Demons have appeared all over the world, and you are saying that you have freed them. The boy is shocked, and he says, have the demons really reached the whole world? His father takes out his mobile phone and gives it to him and says, just look at this news. The boy watches the news, and he tells that this time a new gate has opened in Carolina. Hunters are struggling to push the demons inside the gate at this time. Some people are making news by risking their lives even in such an environment. It seems that they have succeeded in pushing the demons back. And then he takes him out of the room and tells that this is what is happening all over the world right now. The boy asks if he is a hunter. His father replies, they have appeared almost at the same time when the demons appeared. It seems that they were normal people, but they have somehow managed to get the power to fight the demons. And such people have come to be called hunters. Now the survival of the earth depends on them. Suddenly a woman comes and says, are you the family of the patient staying in room number 102? Have you paid the hospital bill? The boy's father smiles and says, I am sorry, but will it be okay if you can wait for a few more days? I am going to meet a relative right now, and soon I will pay the bill. The nurse says, but there are not enough beds for the patients who are admitted. What if we don't do anything about it? His father replies, I understand. We will pay it soon. Saying this, he starts leaving from there. Then he says, "Dad, don't we have enough money for Hana's hospital fees?" Our boy's father in despair tells us that many houses have been destroyed due to the monster's attack, and our house has also been destroyed. We are living in temporary accommodation provided by the government. Now all our property has been destroyed. Saying this, both his father and mother start crying. His mother tells us that they have said that if we continue to do things like this without money, they will have to forcibly discharge her from the hospital. Then what will happen to our Hana? Hearing this, our hero also becomes sad, and he thinks to himself that if the situation remains like this, Hana will not be able to survive. So, now I have to do something. I was successful in escaping from the clutches of the monster. So can I handle the situation? Then suddenly his eyes fall on an arrow which is pointing in the other direction. And then he immediately follows the arrow in that direction. Seeing this, his mother stops him and says, "Hey son, where are you going?" Our hero looks at his mother and says, "I'll be back in a little while." But then he sees that the display above his mother is no longer visible. But he ignores this and follows in her footsteps. His father says leave him alone. He too needs to sort out his thoughts and feelings. Acknowledging this, his mother says, "Okay, but where is he going?" Our hero keeps following that arrow. As the arrow moves forward, it keeps changing its path. Then suddenly that arrow reaches the nurse and stops there. The nurse says, "You should rest. If something happens to you, then you must call the nurse." Hearing this, our hero stops. He gets confused and thinks in his mind, "What does this mean? What does this arrow want to tell me? Which I am not able to understand. Does this arrow mean that I have to talk to her?" That arrow was still pointing towards that nurse. And then he goes closer to her and says, as soon as he goes closer to the nurse says hello to him. "How can I help you?" Our hero thinks in his mind after seeing her. This is really like a beginner tutorial in a game. And the girl says, "What's the matter? Tell me. You look a little worried." Our hero puts his hand on his head while smiling and says, "I was wondering if there is any other way to reduce my sister's hospital bill." Saying this, he thinks to himself, this is a very bad thing. This arrow is pointing towards this woman, and I don't understand the purpose of that symbol. Hearing this, the girl starts leaving and says, "I am sorry, but if you cannot afford this expense, then we have no option but to send her to another hospital. There are other patients waiting to get admitted there." Hearing this, our hero gets irritated and gets angry. And then he shouts, "Money, money, money. Everybody is saying money. There is someone's life at stake here, and all you see is money. If they don't have money, you will turn your eyes away." Hearing this, the nurse gets upset and says like a gold digger, "Don't you have any respect for the person working in the hospital?" She looks back angrily. Her eyes fill with tears. And I say, "If there is any way, we would like to help." Saying this, she starts walking towards him quickly and says, "Don't you know what is happening in the world? What is going on in the world? How monsters are attacking everyone, killing people. People are dying. Everything is getting destroyed. There are neither enough medicines nor enough doctors here. You will need money for whatever you need." Saying this, she also starts crying. Hearing this, our hero feels sorry for the nurse, and he consoles her saying, "Hey, please don't cry." The nurse says that I was a first-year student in nursing school and I had not learned anything yet. Then suddenly this situation happened. I am working here only for this because I have no other option. Because the situation with you is the same as with me. Our hero tries to explain to her and says, "Please don't cry, and I have no intention of blaming you." The girl tells while crying that my father is also injured and I can't pay the hospital fees. It's all the fault of those demons. Our hero asks her what should we do if we don't have bets or money. The nurse says while clenching her fist, "It would be good if I also become a hunter. According to what I have heard, there are medicines on the other side of the gate." Our hero listens to her and says, "Are there really medicines on the other side of the gate?" The nurse tells, "Not only medicines, but everything can be found there, but only hunters can go there. So they are selling it to common people." On hearing this, our hero gets happy and says, "Okay, I also want to become a hunter." He holds her. But the nurse says, "It's not that easy. I wanted to become one. So I was evaluated, but I don't have any special powers, so I couldn't become one. And the conversation ends. I'm sorry, other patients are waiting for me, so I have to go. Saying this, she starts leaving from there. Our hero tries to stop her and says, I'm sorry for earlier. Can I know your name? The girl turns back and looks at him with a smile. After this, the nurse tells her name that my name is Yuna. As soon as she tells her name, our hero sees that a display is visible above his head, in which his name is written, which she told, and his qualities are also being shown. Seeing this, our hero was surprised. This happened just a while ago when he saw his mother. And then the nurse says while leaving, so let's finish the conversation. You should go to your room and rest. At the same time, the display changes in which good and zero are shown. Seeing this, our hero was surprised, and he tries to stop her, but she goes from there. And then he thinks in his mind, what will happen if we get separated? I will not be able to see the display. And then he immediately turns from there and starts leaving. And then he remembers her words that she had said something about the evaluation. He thinks seriously about this. It seems there is something that can be done to determine if someone is fit to be a hunter. After thinking it over, they decided I should go there quickly and see if I have any qualities. Then suddenly he feels something strange. He hears someone shouting, and then he says, hey, something is going wrong. I should go and see. And then he starts running in that direction to see it. On reaching there, he sees that some goons have brought the body of a dead person and are harassing Yuna to cure her brother. This person says, please help my brother. We can't let him die like this. He was holding the girl's hand and was shouting at her. He says that if you say you can't do this, then we will appeal for compensation. The nurse standing with her tries to save Yuna and says, hey, what are you doing? Let go of Yuna's hand. Meanwhile, the man holds Yuna's hand tightly. He was getting angry at Yuna. Yuna is very scared, and she tells them that she is scared. By the time your friend reached the hospital, his heart had stopped. Now we can't do anything. He is dead. Then those guys take out their weapons and start threatening him and tell him to keep quiet. Our hero understood the situation that those guys are harassing Yuna and have come to deceive her. He immediately decided that he should help Yuna, and he immediately goes and pushes that guy and then gives him a strong kick, which makes that guy fall away, and his knife also falls away. The guy standing with him starts laughing and says, do you think what you did was right? Now who will come to save you from us? Seeing the situation, the nurse said that I should call the doctor for safety, and then she immediately runs away from there to call the doctor. The boy standing with her says, I have no broken bones or anything, as she moves forward. As soon as that girl moves forward, coincidentally both the doctors are standing in front. Seeing the situation, both the doctors understand that some goons are harassing our nurse, and then they immediately come into action. The girl tells with a hand gesture that these two are boys. Seeing the doctor, both those goons immediately run away from there to save their lives. The nurse thanks those doctors. The doctor looks at that nurse and says, if it seems that they have come to take money, then I wonder where did they get that money from? The nurse says thank you very much. Those doctors were really very powerful. After this, Yuna goes and stands near our hero, and her attention goes towards her hand. Our hero asks, hey, your hand is hurt. Are you okay? The nurse standing next to her says, hey, Yuna, what happened? You were hurt. Yuna smiles and says, nothing. I will go back to patrol, and then she turns and starts leaving from there. Our hero follows her and says, why did you lie? I think you are hurt. You should get it treated. Yuna replies, you speak too loudly. It doesn't matter. At the same time, a display appears above Yuna, and it says, congratulations. You have completed the mission of saving your ally. Will you promote your ally as a bonus? Our hero is surprised to see the display, and he thinks in his mind whether this can increase my friend's level. He looks at it carefully, and a yes button appears below, and then he presses the yes button. As soon as he presses the yes button, the level goes from 0 to 1. Yuna feels something strange in her hand. As she looks at her hand starts glowing. A green energy appears in her hand, and in a few moments her hand becomes as it was before. When Yuna looks at her hand, she realizes that her injury has healed completely. The scar has also disappeared. Our hero looks at her and asks, Hey, what happened? Yuna says, does this mean that I have the ability to heal? Yuna is very surprised to see how she can heal. Our hero says, yes, you have the ability to heal. Yuna says, I saw on TV. There was a hunter who had the ability to heal. This is probably the same ability that I have. But she looks at her hands in surprise. Tears come to her eyes. And she says, but when I took the assessment test, there was nothing. Then why did this happen suddenly? Our hero is surprised to think this, and he thinks to himself, can I pass on other people's qualities? Is it really because of me? And then they both become happy. Our hero smiles and says, this is amazing. Now you are a person who has a special ability. Hearing this, Yuna also wipes her tears. Yes, really. But the next moment our hero turns serious for a moment, because he still felt a little pain in his hand. Realizing this, Yuna asks, hey, were you injured in that fight that happened a while ago? Our hero replies, no, it's okay, just a little pain. On hearing her, Yuna immediately goes to him and immediately starts the healing process. She removes the cloth from his shoulder. Seeing this, our hero blushes, his cheeks turn red, and he says, hey, what are you doing? Yuna continues to focus on his healing and says, don't move for a while. And then as she touches his shoulder, a green aura appears, and in a few moments our hero is cured. Yuna wipes his sweat and says, you are fine now. Hearing this, our hero also happily shakes his hand and checks and says, hey, it didn't cause any harm. Rather, it's a special ability, and now I'm fine. It's really amazing. Yuna says, okay, and then asks our hero, you must be tired. You know? She smiles and starts dancing and says, I'm fine. And helping someone is an amazing feeling. And I'm so happy that I can help someone. And then saying this, she leaves. At the same time, he sees on the display that I am at the same level as Yuna, but Yuna's attribute was healing. And why is there a question mark on my attribute? He starts getting very upset thinking this. And then he decides at the same time and says with a fist that whatever. It's certain that I am also a hunter. I should go and get myself tested. He immediately leaves from there to get the test done, and starts running away. While running away, he thinks to himself that there is a shortage of manpower everywhere. No wonder the goons are still as unbridled as before. And then he remembers that some time ago when he was coming out, his mother stopped him and asked, hey son, where are you going? And he replied that I am going to change clothes and will be back soon. Meanwhile, our hero reaches near a bus. It is told that this is the same place where the test is held. He thinks to himself that I lied and I went out. May God make me a hunter. And then he starts going inside the bus. He was thinking very sadly to himself. There is a person sitting inside the bus. A lot of sadness is visible on his face, and he asks, looking at our hero, hey, have you also come here for the evaluation? Our hero replies, yes, you are right. But is this really the same place where the evaluation is taking place? The person replies, yes, absolutely right, and then the person asks our hero to put his hand on this box. Hearing this, our hero puts his hand on that place. After some time, the person tells that since the gate is open, the last 3 months have been very busy and very few people have been ready to help. Our hero was thinking this in his mind. Then the person gets up and looks at the box. Our hero asks, how is my test? The person says in a low voice, it is a shame, but you are not a hunter. Our hero gets irritated on hearing this, and he says, no, I am at the first level. It means I am a hunter. The man says that whoever comes here has felt the same before, but for him it is just an illusion. Our hero still does not give up, and then he starts going out. As our hero comes out, some boys are standing and discussing among themselves. They draw our hero's attention towards them. The hero looks at them and walks close to them. As our hero comes near them, this boy says, do you also want to become a hunter? If yes, would you like to join our team? If you don't have any experience, it doesn't matter. You can still join. Our hero is shocked to hear this. Can I really become a hunter? This boy starts convincing our hero very cleverly and says, don't worry. We don't care about qualifications, and with a little practice, it will be child's play. We will take you to the other side of the gate. Even our hero asks them, are you all hunters? Hearing this boy comes forward and says, Rich Senpai is a hunter who has a lot of experience in real war. You won't regret going with him. And then he moves forward, keeping his hand on this person's shoulder, and tells him that you cannot trust such assessments. What the government does is just a formality. After hearing all this, our hero thinks in his mind whether this can really happen. Although I am on level 1, there is no doubt that that machine is not able to detect this person. He was surprised to think why that system is not able to detect this person. And he says, okay, I will join later. After hearing this person says, okay, that's it, and then everyone starts moving forward. Here this person is still looking at our hero, and thinking about him in his mind. On the other side, everything has been destroyed. Buildings have collapsed, trees have broken from their trunks, and all these people are slowly moving towards that area. Then suddenly something strange is seen. Our hero immediately recognizes that scene and says, hey, this gate. I remember I saw this gate somewhere. Actually, that gate-like tree is visible in front. At that moment, our hero's consciousness awakens. And then this person puts his hand on our hero's shoulder and says, is this the first time you have seen such a gate? Our hero had understood the situation, and he says, yes, this is my first time. The other person walking with them says, the government puts numbers on the gates they discover. But this one has no number. And then this person says smilingly, in other words, this is a gate that has not been reported yet. This is because everything inside it is ours. And then they take out their knives and weapons at the same time. Our hero asks everyone to stop, and says, will this be okay? Isn't this illegal? Everyone replies, yes, this is absolutely illegal. And no one has a family in this world whether we break the law or not. Saying this, everyone starts moving forward and says, okay, let's go. Our hero is still refusing everyone and says, please wait for me. I don't have any equipment. Or else that person looks back and says you don't need it. We will protect you. Saying this, everyone starts going inside the gate. And they also catch our hero and start taking him inside. And say don't be a coward. Our hero says, but how will I go inside? I don't have anything. These boys, who are calling themselves a group of hunters, very cleverly try to send our hero ahead. Our hero does not understand their trick. He trusts them like a friend. He thinks that they are hunters, so he easily falls into their trap. And then one of those boys very cleverly says that I give you the honor of opening the door. This is a matter of great honor for you. Our hero does not recognize them whether they are really giving him honor or sending him ahead to take the risk. Our hero ignores these things and goes ahead. Then the boy standing behind introduces himself as Risen Pie, and then very cleverly says that it is our tradition to give the honor of opening the door to any new person. Hearing this, our hero hesitantly goes ahead and opens the lever of the door. As soon as our hero opens the door, he remembers the moment he dreamed, when he touched the tree, which opened the door. He finds himself very angry that he will become a hunter, and he will not be afraid. And then he becomes normal at the same time and enters the house. As soon as he enters, he looks around and realizes that it is a normal house. Here this person tries to stop them not to go further. This is the same person who was evaluating to be a hunter while sitting in the bus. While entering the secret house, our hero hears the voice of that person and he stops, seeing that our hero has stopped. Everyone ignores the voice of that person and says, let's go inside quickly. Senpai tells everyone to go inside. At the same time, this person comes running to stop them. But it was too late. Everyone had closed the door. He gets sad seeing this, that this shouldn't have happened. Here, our hero asks, was that person refusing to let us in? Could there be any danger inside? Then this other boy replies, don't worry. He was just saying it like that. Our hero asks, but that person is a civil servant, isn't he? Due to the continuous questions being asked by our hero, this person becomes serious and says, hey, if you want to believe his words, then don't go with him. Didn't he tell you that you don't have any qualifications? This means that the person is lying. Hearing this, our hero gets confused as to what should I do. But then to control the situation, another person puts his hand on our hero's shoulder and says, if you want to follow them, then you should listen to Rai Senpai. He is a hunter, you should follow him. Then suddenly this man sees something strange and says, look, it looks risky, what are these things? And looks at them carefully, it seems there is someone. And then they all get shocked to see this. Because that's exactly what happens. that someone is running from here and is frozen in stone. Reincarnated says, "What's there to be confused about? The situation inside the gate is always different. You shouldn't be afraid of it. Well, since we can't enter from here, let's find another entrance." And then they all go in all 4 directions. They start looking for the secret gate. Our hero reaches a gate, and he thinks to himself, I thought inside the gate is a violent world full of monsters where you can defeat the monsters and can get the equipment. But now it seems that it is not that easy. Suddenly, our hero opens a gate, and as soon as he enters inside, he sees some people eating food on the dining table, and they are frozen in stone shape. Our hero is shocked to see them that it seems that they were eating food when something happened, and they froze in stone shape. Recap comes back and says that this is a space disintegration phenomenon which is common inside the gate. And I tell, but this is the first time I have seen a human being merged. Our hero looks around. The view there was completely different, and then tells. Then this boy has discovered a gate, and he comes to Recap and says, "Today's gate is a little different than always. You should see it once." Recap says with a big attitude, "Don't be timid. The principle is to stay together. Just do as usual." And then they all come near the secret area and say, "We have found the secret area." And then like before, they plan to send our hero ahead very cleverly. And they say, "Newbie, I have something good for you." Hearing this, our hero comes forward, and Recap tells, "This is the crystal, which Recap had just picked up from the secret area, and he tells that this crystal is the best that you have ever seen. It is a healing crystal, and it is being widely used in hospitals for healing." Our hero gets surprised to see that crystal, and he feels happy in his heart. The boy standing next to him talks on Recap's behalf and says, "Recap, you should be grateful for the wonderful hospitality." Hearing this, our hero gets very happy and says, "Recap, thank you very much." Recap tells that we are allies, so there is no need to thank us. And then this person says, "Be careful that it doesn't fall." Everyone is fooling our hero. Recap points towards the secret area and says, "Look, there are lots of crystals growing here. We will collect all of them, and it will sell at a very high price. We will divide the profit equally. Since you are not there, the one who is behind should take it. If we divide the work, then this work will be finished quickly." Our hero gets ready to go inside. Then he asks Recap that, "Hey Recap, can you lend me a weapon or something else?" Recap at the same time puts Bluetooth in our hero's ear and says everything is safe there, so don't worry, go here with communication. If something happens, then just call us. We will come immediately. Hearing this, our hero goes ahead and says, Recap shows thumb and says, "Of course there is light there, so you don't even need light." Our hero now slowly starts going inside. Here everyone is laughing at our hero, and they are discussing among themselves that he is a newbie, a beginner. We can't do anything about that. Don't laugh at him, man. Our hero has to walk slowly, and he says that if it's just the last one, it should be over in a second. Here, Pai says that he doesn't suspect anything because students are the easiest to fool. And leave the crystal, don't think about taking it back with you. It's a useless crystal, we just fooled him. Do you know that having a crystal means you're headed for death? Listening to all these people, it seems like all these people have pushed our hero towards physical death. Here our hero gets happy holding the crystal in his hand and says, "Because when Pai gave me the crystal, he was a good man. If I had this, I could have cured Hana. And I can help sick people, even though they have said it is safe. I still feel cold." As he was moving forward, the atmosphere there was changing. Then suddenly he saw a girl who was half visible and half buried in the stone. He almost got scared after seeing her. As soon as he went near her, he suddenly stopped and moved forward from there in fear. Saying this, "He scared me." And then he was thinking in his mind. Our hero was feeling bad for her. She had lost her family and her face was also damaged in such a place. Our hero now slowly moves forward, still thinking that this is also my mistake because I opened the gate at that time due to which these incidents are happening. And then he moves forward. Then suddenly his eyes fall on a girl who is standing right next to him. Seeing this, he gets badly scared.
Our hero got scared after seeing the stone girl. But the very next moment she starts moving, seeing which our hero gets surprised at, hey, how is she moving? But then she starts coming closer to him. Seeing this, our hero gets very scared. Looking at that girl, it seems as if she is coming to attack him. And then she starts moving towards him very fast. Seeing this, our hero immediately starts running away from there and shouts for help. Here, Rei-senpai ignores our hero's message after listening to it, and everyone starts laughing at our hero. Because it was the plan of these people to put our hero in danger. And then looking with very murderous eyes, he says that according to our plan, we had asked him to pick up the crystal. And going inside and picking up the crystal is not free from danger. It has started and soon he is going to die. But then something starts shining at the door of that cave, seeing which everyone is surprised. As soon as the crystal starts shining, a lot of light starts shining inside the cave. All the statues come alive and they start running to get free. All the statues are running to get out. Here everyone becomes greedy after seeing the crystal and moves forward to pick it up. All the boys start collecting crystals from the entrance of the cave. And after seeing that crystal, they say, "This is an unimaginable treasure. We had not even thought that we could get so much treasure." And then he tells everyone to hurry up and take as much treasure as possible, and then we will leave from here. All the boys start collecting treasure with their weapons. Here our hero is running to save his life. But then he sees a very big tree. Seeing it, he stops, because there was no way ahead. And then he immediately starts running back. He keeps running continuously. But then the people who have turned into stone come in front of our hero. Seeing them, our hero gets scared. And then everyone was about to extend their hands towards our hero, but then our hero steps back. Now there was not enough space behind. And then he understands that now I have to fight, and then he kicks hard, due to which the man who has turned into stone breaks. As soon as our hero hit him, he could not believe himself that did I really make him fall? But he still starts running from there. And while running, he thinks in his mind that this is right. I have also become a hunter, so now I can fight. He looks at his hands and thinks to himself that I am not sure if my bare hands are enough to kill them. But those stone people are very tough. So I need weapons, and then at the same time he says to Reincarnated on Bluetooth, "Hey brother, where are you? I need weapons. Some people have attacked me here." Here, the walkie-talkie was lying on the ground. There was a sound coming from it, but everyone was busy picking up the treasure, and they ignored the voice of our hero. Then Reincarnated looks at the walkie-talkie and understands, and starts laughing after hearing this. How stupid he is, and tells everyone to hurry up. We don't have time for him. We can't save him. The other boy also says, but because of him we came here and got so many crystals. They're talking among themselves there. But our hero is listening to everything from here, and he says that it is really very easy to fool a student who doesn't know anything about the world. If he is told by the inspector that he doesn't have any abilities, still he thinks that he can become a hunter. It is his own fault. There is no fault of ours in this. On hearing this, our hero starts trembling that these people have cheated me, and then Reincarnated collects all his crystals and ties them on his shoulder and says, our hero says in the walkie-talkie that you people have cheated me. Recently, Pai starts laughing after hearing this voice and goes near the walkie-talkie and says that you are too late to understand this. If you are also reborn, then keep this safe in the future, and then he kicks the walkie-talkie and breaks it. Our hero, he recognizes after hearing the voice that he has broken the walkie-talkie. And then he gets very sad that I have been cheated. How many people must have sacrificed themselves like this? And then he also breaks the Bluetooth. But then all those stone men start moving towards our hero. The hero thinks in his mind that those people are more abusive than demons. Then a girl starts coming close to our hero. Our hero now understands that I have to protect myself, and then I pick up a table at the same time and come into action. As soon as the girl comes close to him, he attacks her and kills her. A yellow aura starts shining from his eyes. He knocks down many people on the ground almost at the same time. After killing them, once again he cannot believe his eyes. He believes in himself that I can kill them easily, and then he thinks in his mind that I can really do this. But then a lot of stone men start moving towards our hero. And then our hero is not afraid of them, and then he also moves towards them with his weapon. They start killing everyone one by one. But then an incident happens. The table with which he was hitting everyone slips from his hand. He realizes that the table has slipped from his hand, and then he immediately starts running away from there. He was also thinking in his mind that why was my attack not effective this time? He was surprised thinking this. Then the piece of hand that fell down hits our hero's leg. And our hero is unable to move forward now. He shouts, "Leave me, leave me." Now all the stone people had come very close. A thundering sound is heard, and the light flashes. Now all the stone people had come very close to our hero. Then suddenly our hero realizes, and he looks at his hand and thinks in his mind that my bones are broken, and my body is not moving. What is happening to me? All the stone people had reached very close to our hero. Friends, this chapter ends here. To watch the next chapter, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Please let us know in the comment box what will happen next. Will our hero be killed by all of them?